Have you ever wondered why your ex suddenly left, cut off all contact, and disappeared from your life? Is this the end of the relationship, or just their way of dealing with complex emotions? For those with an avoidant attachment style, withdrawal is not simply an ending, but a defense mechanism that helps them hide their fear of vulnerability and intimacy that they are not ready for. But deep down, they still have a glimmer of hope, a signal that makes them believe this connection still matters, or at least a reminder of what they are losing. For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven. Perhaps this is not the time to cling or suffer, but for you to focus on changing yourself. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." 1. Instead of drowning in pain or trying to hold on in vain, see this as an opportunity to grow, to recreate your own value. Imagine you become a more confident, independent, and stronger version of yourself, a person they can't ignore. This change not only helps you overcome feelings of loss, but can also make them wonder, have I lost something precious? Understanding the psychology of the avoidant person not only helps you navigate through chaotic emotions, but also gives you the ability to master the situation, either to rebuild the relationship on a new foundation or to move on strongly without looking back. Are you ready to rewrite your story? Start the journey of healing, building confidence and irresistible attraction. This is not just a change, but a turning point for you to master your emotions and find true happiness for yourself. Comment "I will heal" to start your journey of change today. Number 1. The avoidant mindset behind your silence. Avoidants don't always intentionally ignore or hurt you. Their withdrawal, like a snail retreating into its shell, often stems from deep-seated wounds they are not ready to face. It's not the end, but a self-defense mechanism, a thorny shell protecting a scarred heart. They crave love but fear those very feelings. The fear of rejection, of abandonment, like a ghost of the past, clings persistently, preventing them from opening up. In love, this fear becomes even more apparent. They may feel love is too big, too dangerous, because deep down, they believe they are not worthy. And then, before the relationship has a chance to blossom, they push the one they love away, as if tearing apart a piece of their own soul. This withdrawal, though painful for you, is actually just as painful for them. To better understand people with avoidant personality disorder, here's a letter a reader sent to share their feelings with us. I used to think I was a normal person, just like everyone else. But then I realized I was different. I'm different because I'm afraid of committed attachment. I'm afraid of relationships, afraid of intimacy, afraid of getting hurt. I've tried to overcome that fear, but it always follows me like a shadow. This stems from my unhappy family background. Since childhood, I've been alienated by my family, scolded, compared, and belittled, which made me feel hurt. Time passed, and this feeling began to blossom. That was the first time I loved someone. It was a wonderful feeling. I felt like I was flying in the clouds. But then fear started to creep in. I was afraid that he wouldn't love me, afraid that he would leave me. Actually, it was just an illusion I created in my mind. Those thoughts came from what I used to see in my family. I loved him very much, but negative thoughts always appeared in my mind. I started to push him away. I tried to appear cold and indifferent. So then he tried to hold on to me, but I was too afraid of the betrayals I'd made up and didn't give him any more chances to be with me. In the end, he gave up. I suffered a lot after he left. I felt like I had lost a good lover, someone who loved me. I blamed myself for pushing him away. I promised myself that I would never let that happen again, but the fear was still there. I kept pushing others away. I kept acting cold and indifferent. I don't want anyone to come near me because I'm afraid they'll only hurt me. I used to think I would never find true love. But then I met my husband now. He is a very special person. He is gentle, patient, and always by my side. He makes me feel safe and trusting. He helped me overcome my fear. He showed me that I deserve to be loved. Besides, he also helps me know how to love myself. It was truly a long journey to heal the wounds in my heart. Currently, we are married and have a child together. I feel so happy. I'm not afraid anymore. I know I have someone who always loves and supports me. I want to share my story in the hope that it will help others who are facing the same fear as me. If you're scared, remember you're not alone. There are many others going through what you are going through. Seek help from friends, family, or a mental health professional. I also want to say to those who are in love with an avoidant person, be patient and never give up. If you truly love them, give them time and space to open up. They need to feel safe and accepted before they can show you their true selves. So when you choose no contact, it's not just silence, but also the necessary space for both of you to heal. For the avoidant, this is an opportunity for them to confront the ghosts of the past, to listen to the voice of their heart. They may not admit it, but the disconnection from you forces them to face the emotional void they try to avoid. So, when you stop all connection, what does the avoidant person really expect to happen next? Number 2, when you stop contact, what does the avoidant person really expect? When you choose silence after a breakup, it's not just an act of disconnecting, but also an opportunity for both of you to face yourselves. For those who fear connection, that silence is like a space for them to have a dialogue with their inner selves, to become more aware of their wounds and inner conflicts. In the quiet, the invisible pressures from the relationship gradually disappear, helping them realize the nature of their deep-seated emotions, thereby finding answers for themselves. As Epictetus once said, "He who cannot master his own mind will always be a slave to circumstances." This silence is their chance to escape the cycle of expectations and fear, and gradually take control of their own minds. So what does the avoidant person really expect? First, it's space to heal themselves. They don't avoid because they want to end everything, but because they need a period of silence to restore their inner balance. Like a wounded animal retreating to its den to lick its wounds, the avoidant also needs time and space to confront their deep-seated hurts, fears, and insecurities. In that state, any disturbance or pressure from the outside only makes them feel more pressured and uncomfortable. Your silence, instead of being a sign of departure, is actually like a soothing balm, providing the necessary safety for them to heal themselves without feeling threatened. It's not just indirect emotional support, but also an affirmation that you respect their privacy, something they deeply value. This time, although it may seem like a distance, is actually an opportunity for them to rediscover their true desires in the relationship, thereby becoming ready to step towards you with us. Secondly, they need to reaffirm their self-worth. According to author Joseph Nowinski in The Avoidant Personality, avoidant individuals often carry deep insecurities, with low self-esteem and a fear of judgment haunting them. In that context, your cessation of contact is not just a void, but also an opportunity. It's a chance for them to turn their attention inward, recognize their strengths that they often overlook, pursue forgotten passions, or challenge themselves by developing new skills. A study published in the journal Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin also supports this, indicating that avoidant people often feel happier when alone. It's valuable time for them to freely explore themselves, temporarily escape the invisible pressures of relationships, and from there gradually rebuild their self-confidence. However, that doesn't mean that avoidant people don't crave love and connection. They just fear that if they open up, they will be hurt or not good enough to maintain the relationship. When you choose silence, it not only helps them face themselves, but also puts them in a position to consider your role in their life. Do you really care? This silence, though painful, becomes a test of emotions and commitment from both sides. Like the character Levin in Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina, the avoidant needs time, patience, and unconditional love from their partner to overcome their inner barriers. However, this is not something that can be forced. They only open up when they feel safe, and when they realize that the love you have for them is not a pressure, but a safe haven. It is in the process of self-discovery and reaffirming their self-worth that they will gradually become ready to embrace the love they have always longed for. The avoidant desires to find balance in the relationship, a state where they can maintain both personal independence and connection, Often avoidant individuals easily feel unbalanced when their partner is too enthusiastic or controlling, making them feel suffocated and lacking space to breathe. It is in the silence that the distance created allows them to escape the immediate pressures and view the relationship more objectively. They have the opportunity to ask themselves, does this relationship meet both the need for closeness and the freedom they crave? According to psychological research on attachment styles, avoidant individuals are often torn between the desire for connection and the fear of losing personal freedom. Temporary distance not only helps them relieve pressure, but also creates conditions for them to self-regulate and learn to balance these two seemingly opposing factors. This not only brings them comfort, but also lays the foundation for building a healthy relationship where both sides feel understood and respected. Like a boat seeking balance in the waves, the avoidant needs time to adjust their direction and become more stable. The understanding and space you give them will help them find the balance between the need for closeness and freedom, the premise for a lasting relationship where both can grow healthily and happily. But do they dare to overcome their own barriers? And you, during that silent period, what do you need to do to pull them closer? Number 3. What to do during no contact with an avoidant. This is the time for you to focus on yourself, taking care of both your physical and mental well-being. For someone with a fear of connection, your silence is like a space for them to have a dialogue with their inner self, to become more aware of their wounds and inner conflicts. In the quiet, the invisible pressures from the relationship gradually disappear, helping them, as Lao Tzu once said, "He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior." Silence gives them control, a chance to escape the cycle of expectations and fear. Instead of putting your energy into clinging or trying to change them, invest in personal growth. This not only includes improving your appearance through exercise or changing your style, but also expanding your knowledge and emotional intelligence. Engage in activities that excite you, learn new skills. When you become the best version of yourself, you not only increase your self-worth, but also attract others with your confidence and independence. Silence is also an opportunity to change perspective. Understand that your partner's avoidance is not a personal rejection, but a defense mechanism against deep-seated hurts. When you realize this, you will lessen feelings of hurt or self-blame, replaced by understanding and empathy. As James Allen emphasized, mind is the master power that molds and makes, and man is mind, and evermore he takes the tool of thought, and shaping what he wills brings forth 1,001 joys, 1,000 ills. He thinks in secret, and it comes to pass. Environment is but his looking glass. This change not only maintains your self-esteem, but also helps you act with calmness and clarity. Another effective strategy is to create natural attraction. Women with an avoidant mindset are often more comfortable with people who display stability, confidence, and positivity. This not only helps her feel safer around you, but also makes you more attractive in her eyes and those of others. Remember, lasting attraction doesn't come from trying to please others, but from being true to yourself, strong and full of positive energy. Finally, silence helps them realize the true value of the relationship. Avoidants often only truly appreciate something when it's gone. Memories of you, from your warm smile to your patient tolerance, gradually become vivid, making them feel the absence more acutely. Initially, withdrawal may bring a sense of security, but gradually loneliness will make them realize that true love is a priceless gift. There's a saying, happiness is not something you find somewhere, but what you already have but haven't realized. This is not only a time for them to understand themselves, but also to learn to appreciate what truly matters in life. But is silence alone enough? Could it be that the avoidant desires something deeper in a relationship? Number 4. Secrets to attracting an avoidant. They crave a love based on trust and respect, where they feel safe to be themselves without fear of judgment or control. They need a partner who can understand their insecurities and fears while giving them enough space and freedom to recharge. Show patience, acceptance, and unconditional love, and you will become a safe anchor for the avoidant to open up and connect. In the quiet, the invisible pressures from the relationship gradually disappear, helping them realize the nature of their deep-seated emotions, thereby finding answers for themselves. As Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "No one can make you feel inferior without your consent." Silence gives them control, a chance to escape the cycle of expectations and fear. Instead of trying to cling or force closeness, stop all controlling efforts and focus on yourself. This is the time to take care of both your physical and mental well-being, do the things you love, and pursue your passions. When you invest in personal growth, from improving your appearance through exercise to expanding your knowledge and skills, you not only increase your self-worth, but also demonstrate maturity and self-reliance. It is this confidence and independence that will naturally attract others, helping you become the best version of yourself. Triggering the subconscious is also an important strategy. Avoidants often have difficulty connecting with their true emotions, so instead of trying to talk about the relationship, engage in events or activities that you know they enjoy or that can create positive feelings. These experiences can help them feel comfortable, thereby gradually opening up without feeling pressured. This not only creates opportunities to build trust, but also softens the defenses they have erected. Understanding that avoidance is not a personal rejection, but a defense mechanism against deep-seated hurts is also an important shift in perspective. When you realize this, you will lessen feelings of hurt or self-blame, replaced by understanding and empathy. As Viktor Frankl once said, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way." This change not only maintains your self-esteem, but also helps you act with calmness and clarity. Moreover, silence helps the avoidant to heal themselves. These individuals are often torn between the desire for closeness and the fear of being hurt when intimate. When there is no longer pressure from you, they can listen to their inner voice, see more clearly the value of love, and reevaluate the relationship objectively. This peaceful space not only helps them understand themselves, but also to see the feelings between the two of you more clearly. Avoidants often seek a pocket world connection, a type of connection that is intermittent and pressure-free. This means they want to feel close but don't need to maintain constant contact or be completely open. When you respect this natural rhythm, not forcing them to share or express themselves immediately, you gradually build trust through small actions. When they feel comfortable with the pace of the relationship, they will voluntarily take longer strides towards you. Your independence and self-reliance are the magnets that attract the avoidant. They admire those who can stand on their own 2 feet, have a rich life of their own, and are not dependent on others. But is that enough? Will that safety make them open up and share their inner world? Number 5. True connection, understanding and journeying with the avoidant. To build a lasting relationship, the wise approach is to combine meeting their wants with gradually providing what they truly need. Initially, you may need to mirror their behavior to create a sense of safety and harmony. This doesn't mean becoming distant or defensive like them, but respecting their need for space, not forcing intimacy or expecting grand commitments. Aligning with them in the early stages builds trust and minimizes the pressure they may feel in the relationship. However, the long-term goal is to move towards a healthier and safer relationship where both can be themselves freely without being bound by fears or insecurities. This requires you to not only develop a secure attachment style yourself, but also to consider whether this relationship truly aligns with the more mature and healthy version of you. Secure attachment not only helps you understand and meet your partner's needs, but also ensures that you don't get caught up in their unstable emotional cycles. As you become more confident, you will realize your self-worth and the ability to maintain a relationship based not only on emotions, but also on harmony of values and goals. Interestingly, as you transition to a secure attachment style, you may find that the relationship with the avoidant is no longer as compatible as you once thought. This doesn't mean that the love for them is gone, but that you understand that a relationship requires interaction from both sides, not just your own efforts. In some cases, your change may make the other person realize the value of opening up, but in other cases, you may choose to move on without feeling loss. Importantly, this process not only helps you create an opportunity to reconnect with them in a healthy way, but also puts you in a stronger position to assess whether this is a relationship worth continuing. By combining empathy for their behavior with persistence in building personal value, you can not only improve your chances of reconnecting, but also create a solid foundation for the future, whether with that person or a new relationship. This is not an easy journey, but it is a worthwhile one, not only to explore the relationship, but also to find the best version of yourself. The no-contact rule is not the end, but the beginning of a journey of healing and growth for both parties. For the avoidant, it's an opportunity for them to face their true emotions, to realize the value of the relationship they once had. For you, this is a precious time to focus on yourself, understand what you really need in love, and become a better, stronger version of yourself. The important thing is not to try to change or make the avoidant come back at all costs, but to aim for a healthy, sincere, and lasting love. Take advantage of this time to build confidence, discover personal value, and learn to set clear boundaries in the relationship. Whatever the outcome, you will emerge from this journey with a stronger heart and a deeper understanding of love. Believe that change not only brings the opportunity to reconnect, but also opens the way to a truly compatible and meaningful relationship.